This is SWC Spread 'em with Caution, a sports gambling podcast featuring Brandon Aptaker and Jordan Heinzman. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of Spread 'em with Caution. I'm Brennan Aptaker, and this is Jordan Heinzman. I'd first like to start off by somewhat apologizing, but not really, for our picks for Week 8 in the NFL. Now, what did we tell them? What was the most important thing we said?
Push mortgage on the Titans.
Put
That was it.
Fucking mortgage your children, your girl on the Titans. And what happened? It hit.
Made me nervous though.
It did. Went down 14-0 in the first half. That was sketch.
Yeah, it went down quick. He came down to the wire too, so
yeah.
But pulled it out.
Pulled out. And pulling out's always good.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it depends what she looks like and what her family's wealth bank looks like. Also, so let's talk about our records. I'll take the crown this week with a beautiful 5-10 record.
Yeah, definitely the worst week that we've had since week one. Week one's always weird, but this is a weird week. I did not expect a lot of these things to happen.
No. And you were 4-11, sir. So I didn't beat you by a mile or anything. The only game that I hit that you didn't was the Philadelphia Detroit game. Philly at Detroit. They actually killed them. They actually murdered them.
Yeah.
The Eagles flew. And Detroit did what they do.
Yeah, they suck. They're terrible. I thought, because the Eagles aren't that good either, so I thought they would at least come out and give a performance and cover that spread, but they didn't do anything.
Yeah, just glad I'm not a Lions fan.
Yeah, that would suck.
All right. Well, again, we sucked balls, plural, at week 8, but let's talk about week 9. You ready to get into this?
Recovery week.
Recovery week. I'm drinking some electrolytes. All right. All right. We got the Thursday night game. We got the New York Jets at Indianapolis Colts. Thursday night, what do you got, man? The spread is 10.5 in favor of the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Jets on the 10.5. I don't like that 10.5 with the Colts. I don't feel like they're that good of a football team. The Jets kind of had a good week last week. They beat the Bengals, but that 10.5 is just so big that I'm pretty confident that they're going to cover. Hopefully, they'll get within 8 range, 9 range, and then win that bet.
Yeah, and the Jets won week 8, which was weird. They've actually they've been an underdog and whooped on it twice. Not whooped, but came up as the winner, not just beating the spread.
Pretty good teams too.
Yeah, true. I actually am taking Indy on the money line. I don't trust that spread. I only like to take 1 or 2 money lines a week, and this is one. We're starting to do a faith scale, a red, yellow, green, like a stoplight. I monitored this bet, Indy on the money line, as a yellow, and you took it as green. You're pretty safe with it. You feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, anything in the red, I'm not going to bet, but I'll just stay away from in general. I'll still do it for this sake, and anything in the yellow, I might play around with, maybe put a little money down. All
right, let's go on. Sunday, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals. 2.5 favorite are the Bengals. I am taking the Bengals at 2.5 with another moderate scale yellow.
Yeah, I don't know what either team is like right now. Cleveland's going through its own problems since he just lost to the Jets. Of course, I mean, this is a game where it could go either way. I'm just staying away from it in general.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, we got the Broncos at the Dallas Cowboys. The line is in favor of the Cowboys at 9.5. Mind you, these lines are going to change. They did a lot last week, but we're going to give them the most current we can. What do you have, sir?
The Broncos, I'm going to take them also covering that 9.5. The only thing that I don't like is that spread's it's a good spread. And normally if you have a good spread, I don't like to take them without buying points. So I did mark that red as in staying away. But if, you have to go with that, I'm definitely going to have Denver covering that spread. Judy should be back and healthy. Broncos will hopefully get the running game going a little bit, then see what happens.
All righty then. I am taking another money line, my second one of the week with Dallas. Again, I don't think they'll beat them by that much, but I also am not too confident in Denver. So I am taking Dallas in the money line, and I'm pretty confident in that. I got it great.
Yeah, Denver's got some problems in their locker room too, trading their all-star in. So
yeah, he's old.
He is, but still emotional wreck over there.
That's fair. Nobody likes to see like your franchise guy for the last 10 seasons go.
Go randomly.
Yeah, it's weird. Houston Texans at Miami. Right now, Miami's favored 6.5 points. Definitely taking Miami.
Yeah, I'm pretty safe with that one. Houston, you can't convince me they can't. Like, they're not scoring right now, right? So unless the team lets them, the Rams, they felt bad for them and let them score 3 touchdowns at the end of the game. So I'm safe taking Miami with the spread, and I expect them to beat them probably by 14-ish. So
honestly, I was thinking this, and it's like 2.5 possessions is what the spread should be. Any NFL team against Houston at this point. They're not getting close, dude. They're not even getting remotely close.
They haven't been close to any spread except for the Rams last week when the Rams balled their players and they scored the 3 quick touchdowns. That was the only time, and I don't expect Miami to just give up at any point during the game, especially when they haven't won a lot. So
it reminds me of the Dolphins 2 seasons ago, the season before they drafted Tua, when they just started shipping people out even though they sucked.
Yeah.
Like with the Mark Ingram shippage, kind of reminded me of that. Like, are you throwing in the towel?
They're going for the first pick.
Yeah, but they didn't even need to they don't need to dump anybody to do that. They already are terrible.
Already trash. Yep.
Anyways, take Miami. I'm not going to say put your mortgage on it, but if you have more than one kid, you might want to offer them up.
Oh yeah, especially if you live in China.
If you live in China and you're listening, we have gone big fast. All right.
Gotta get canceled.
Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans divisional game. Seems like they've had a lot of those over there in NFC South already. New Orleans favored by 6. We both took that. Both are confident. New Orleans does not suck, and especially after what they did to the defending champs.
No, I like their defense, and they look like Trevor Siemian from the Broncos, right?
Yeah, good old Jizz jersey.
Yeah, Jizz joke. Just get your Seaman jerseys. No, I mean, they let him open up. He opened up the field for him. He threw it down the field. He looked good and confident, and I don't think Atlanta's a team to slow that down by any means. So, I mean, I'm very okay with New Orleans. I thought this line would have been at the 10.5 range.
So he's quarterbacking again?
He should be.
Well, just a little interesting note. I saw that on both fantasy platforms that Taysom Hill was projected pretty high. So
Taysom Hill, yeah, that's fine. I know. Yeah. I don't think that they're going to incorporate him into any kind of passing game. I think what they're going to do with him is use him just how they did with Drew Brees, really. But they don't
Decoy.
want him. Yeah, they don't want decoy, run the ball, third and short, stuff like that. Maybe goal line. You could get lucky with a touchdown here or there, but
I'd be happier with Seaman for the bet.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm usually not happy with Seaman.
No.
But
Usually if you get on your chest, it's a problem.
Yeah. Anyways, New Orleans with 6, confident as ass. Let's go Vegas Raiders at the New York Giants. All right. Giants had they had a small COVID party today. That wasn't very small. I didn't get an invite. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, you always got to get invited to the COVID parties. Like the Packers. The Packers had their own COVID party.
Was it an orgy? How many did they have contract?
I think they only had just the Rodgers rate this week. Last week was a handful of people.
Let's just knock off the most important guy, you know?
Oh yeah, you just got to see how it goes.
That's kind of what happened with the Giants. Third team got it, and Saquon's the only one that actually got it. Is that what happened?
Okay, that best player in your team's got to be the chopping point.
Booker doesn't suck. He doesn't suck. He's just not good.
No. Yeah, he's just not the best option any football team wants.
No.
I don't feel like New York's going to be able to do much against Las Vegas. I feel like this line is only that low because of what just happened with Henry Ruggs, honestly. Usually with stuff like that happening to your top wide receiver, one of your top players, young, up and coming, it makes a team sick, and it kind of affects the locker room a little bit. Whether you can think that they're professional football players or not, everybody has emotions. So I think Vegas took that into effect when it came to the Las Vegas's playing New York's.
Personally, I don't think it's going to have much effect. Personally, I mean, 2 weeks ago they had a racist coach, and they kind of mowed through that. Not to say that's the degree of importance.
I think it made him better.
He didn't kill anybody. So I do think that the Raiders are still going to plow them. Not to mention they have 2 other pretty great receivers, and they do. That can pull the weight. You got Renfro and Edwards, right? Like, it's going to be all right.
Yeah, but when you have Ruggs out there on every play, like he's out there almost every play, and you're going to look across and he's not going to be there, or you're going to be taking his spot. So there's going to be people that know Derek Carr is not going to be able to look to him anymore. So it's kind of funny. True. They'll be able to figure it out. I don't think it affects the defense at all, but they'll figure it out. I expect them to be in by 10.
The blessing came, I guess, today with the Saquon thing. Even though the Giants are kind of used to not having the dude by now. That's kind of part of their team. I mean, they don't expect him to be there. All right, we got the Patriots, who beat my Chargers, at Carolina.
Yeah, this one's an easy one for me.
3.5 favored to New England. That's a simple one. New England. Unless Christian McCaffrey plays, which I don't think he will, New England's going to take the ball away from DJ Moore, and they're just really good on top, taking away the top player and making you work around it. So that's an easy one. New England. Yeah, I mean they're already going to get out coached, and then they don't have a high powered offense without McCaffrey. So even if McCaffrey plays, I would still take it if it stayed at 3.5.
Yeah, the only thing I can see, so Matt Rule saying we don't know if he's going to play week 9 because I think he knows how good the Patriots are from taking away the top player. That could be a little sneaky side thing he's got going on. Oh, Christian McCaffrey's better than New England has no chance to game plan for him. So, of course, Bill Belichick's are better.
I like to take my NFL bets before we would know anyways, to be honest. So I'm safe taking 3.5 just because of how many times we've heard he might come back and he doesn't.
If Christian McCaffrey plays, I'm going to –
are you not going to set these bets before we really know anyways?
No, because I would take Carolina, I think, if Christian McCaffrey plays, if he's fully healthy. If he's still questionable in game time decision, I'll take New England on the money line. It's all up to him.
So you're not going to take this game until you know that, is what you're saying?
Right. And if he's
Okay.
out, this is betting with knowing he's out. If he's out, this is an easy play. New England's going to probably crush him, I would hope.
Okay, agreed. We both got that on green. New England 3.5.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
all right, Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The spread is ginormous, 14.5. Could the Jaguars be any worse?
No, they're the worst.
Bad coach, bad quarterback, terrible defense.
Anytime you get blown out by Geno Smith, it's time to start thinking about firing the coach or like trying to get the first overall draft pick next year. That 14.5 is.
Just so you know, the Jacksonville Jaguars are the worst drafting pro sports team of all time. If you didn't know that, they've had so many top 5 picks the last 20 years, and none of them have amounted to anything. Fun fact.
Or when they do draft well, they just get rid of everybody.
Okay. So Bills 14.5. You mentioned you might buy a half a point to keep it at an even score.
Yeah, just 2 touchdowns. If it breaks even, it breaks even. I don't lose anything from it. That's the only reason I have it orange. Is just because the Bills kind of struggled last week against Miami, and they barely covered that spread at the last second. I'm going with Buffalo at 14, solid 14. Just 14 is a lot of points, but I expect them to cover. I'm just not as confident as I am in the other bets.
I'd recommend doing that now just because I think the spread's going to become worse before Sunday.
Probably. There's no injuries, no COVID's going on. So
yeah, Buffalo's been cranking people out, especially boo-boo teams.
Yeah.
All right, Minnesota Vikings at Baltimore. Baltimore is a 6-point favorite. What are you thinking here?
That's going to be a Baltimore with. I'm not the most confident with this game because you never know how Minnesota is going to show up. I feel like Minnesota got out of the run game last week and they just wanted to throw the ball with an inaccurate Kirk Cousins. So it'll be interesting. But they lost to a backup quarterback last week. You knew they were going to be one-dimensional. You still couldn't defend it. Guess what's going to happen this week? Lamar is probably going to run all over them. So I don't see Minnesota covering that spread. So I'm going to go with Baltimore. And this is going to be one of those games where I pick them, but I'm just not the most confident as I am as the other games.
All right. I'm countering that. This might be where I beat you again this week or the other way around.
That never happens.
I beat you this week. Minnesota +6. I'm taking them. I think that it's just the smarter move. I do have this listed as red. So this is for this purpose only. I probably won't put my own dollars on it, but Minnesota +6 for the fact that they're more consistent, and I don't know which Baltimore I'm getting. I realize that Minnesota lost this week, but they've kind of given the same style scoring and statistical results. And whereas Baltimore, I've seen them get canned or blow team out, and it's scary for me.
Yeah.
Let's go Chargers at the Philadelphias.
This is probably the easiest game for me. I don't know where they got this line from. Maybe Vegas knows something more than I do, but I doubt it. No, there's no way.
There's not. I mean, Eagles have way more fans. Chargers got crushed by the Baltimores the week before the bye week, week 6. Week 8, the New England came to the Chargers home, and actually in SoFi on Sunday, it was only 63% Patriots fans. So they didn't really have the normal Chargers away field at home, and they still lost. The Chargers offense couldn't do anything. I think they're a combination of the Philly having way more fans and the Chargers having 3 sad weeks in a row. You're right, though. I'm still taking the Bolts.
Yeah, and I think that this line is based on how Philly did against the Lions. Like, how are you going to base that off anything? The Chargers just lost. Of course, that line's going to go down. I expected this line to be in the favor of the Chargers by like 5 or 6. Even then, I'd probably still take the Chargers. Philadelphia is just not a good football team, and they're going to try to run with all these backups now that their all-star running backs hurt. Like, they don't even have a game plan. They're dog water.
Okay, fair enough. Chargers 1.5. We're both green on that guy.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of my money right there.
Okay, this is an interesting one. Green Bay Packers, your squad at the Kansas City Chiefs. Or sorry, did I say Kansas City? Kansas Shitty Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You got to update
that. the spread is 7.5 to the Chiefs, so -7.5 Chiefs. Yeah, it's a weird game because the Chiefs are stinky and the Packers don't have Aaron Rodgers, and the Packers are not stinky, but probably are without Aaron Rodgers.
Probably, but we have no idea. That's why I marked it red. If I'm gonna put money on it, I'm gonna take the Chiefs with the spread, of course, at home. But you don't know anything about Jordan Love yet. I'd assume he's not ready. The game plan, you don't know with Matt LaFleur. Like he gets pretty creative. I expect them to run heavy and try to control the game like they did in Arizona last week.
Yeah,
but you just don't know what can happen. And Packers have a lot of talent on that offense, minus the quarterback situation. What if he comes out and slings it? I have no idea. I've only seen him in one preseason game. That's it.
Good point. And you know that the Kansas Cities are in that same situation. Nobody knows what this kid's gonna do.
Yeah.
And also, like, you guys got two solid running backs.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs don't have a defense neither in the front or the rear. Like,
yeah.
So
he could look like Matt Flynn did and years ago where he threw for 6 touchdowns. You just don't know. So that's why I'm staying away from this.
I got it marked as amber initially. I might change my mind, to be honest, but I would also recommend staying away. You don't know what you're going to get from either of those teams, man.
If Green Bay gets blown out, I'm going to be like, okay, well, they had a backup quarterback. What more do you want them to do? If the game's close, I'm going to be like, well, it was a good game plan. I don't know which way to feel right now. I'm just going to stay away from it. Matt LaFleur typically only likes to get blown out once or twice, and it's usually against very bad teams.
He likes it.
He likes the humbleness.
All right. Your one-loss Cardinals, good job, guys. Your one-loss Cardinals at the San Franciscos. Arizona is favored by 1.5. Are you buying a point on this?
No, it updated because Kyler. No, that doesn't make any sense. I just saw it updated at the last second.
Okay, we might have caught a different line in a different minute. So, anyways, I have the Cardinals at 1.5, labeled it green. So I'm confident in that. What are you looking at?
Ooh, you know what? I had to switch this because if Kyler Murray's not playing, then I'm going to go with San Francisco. But if he is playing, which I expect him to play, I'm going to go a green Arizona. So it's no longer be yellow. I'm going to bet pretty heavy on Arizona.
Okay, so we're both, I'm confident he's playing too. I've looked at it. It doesn't seem like that dude's not the kind of guy that sits out like some of these other guys that for little stuff, especially when his team is rolling. He's a young dude that he wants to make history for Arizona.
Oh yeah, they're a good football team.
Not to mention divisional game with quite possibly their only real competition in their division because of the Russ injury.
Well, don't forget about the Rams. Don't forget about the Rams.
I just don't forget about the Rams.
I don't think that the 49ers are a top tier football team like Arizona, and the point's only a point and a half, like a point and a half, whatever it might be. If it's less than a field goal, I'm going to go heavy on that.
Okay, cool.
I feel like that's easy.
So heavy Arizona.
Yeah.
As our recommendation. All right. So the Tennessee Titans at the Los Angeles Rams. This is the night game, Sunday night game. I am taking the 7.5. It's Rams are 7.5 favorite. I am taking the Tennessee Titans. Plus 7.5.
Tennessee Titans with no Derrick Henry, huh?
Yeah, I actually am. I'm not. There might be a little heart in this. I don't think the Rams are as good as they seem. And also, dude, Tennessee, practically bought me a house last week. So I got confidence in him. It might be the Derrick Henry show in some people's eyes, but their pass stats don't tell that story. They also could throw the rock.
Oh man, I just felt like the Colts did a good job of stacking the box and making Tannehill throw, but they eventually overcame that situation, and he ran with a broken foot. So I don't necessarily like Tennessee as being a one-dimensional football team without probably the best running back in the game, minus Chris McCaffrey if he's ever healthy again.
Nope.
I don't feel like. Have you seen Ryan Tannehill? He's in Miami. He didn't have a run game then. He just got destroyed.
Dude,
The
you
Rams,
cannot compare that.
yeah, I know the Adam Gase thing. I know that's a real thing, but I don't feel like Tennessee is. They're going to win a couple games because they have an easy schedule, but the Rams are real
Tannehill's
good.
have had his third good season in a row now, going on his third. So since he's been in Tennessee.
Without Derrick Henry?
Well, how could he have done that?
Exactly. We're about to find out.
Okay. You think that has that much of an impact on Tannehill's ability?
Absolutely.
Well, I do agree. When you can run the ball, it really opens up the pass. It's like any sport.
Right. And I just think that when you have Tennessee and you have Derrick Henry and the defense stacks the box with 8, you have one high safety that has to decide which wide receiver he wants to double or help out on. Now you don't get that. Now they're going 2 high safeties. They're not worried about their run. Adrian Peterson might turn into dust if he touches the field. We don't know.
He's not going to touch the field.
Probably not this week.
No, what's his face isn't bad. What's his name? McPherson's or something?
McNichols. He's not bad. He's more of a pass catching back. I think he's only ran the ball 1 time this year, but everything else has been a reception.
Well, you don't really have to when you got the big Derrick.
Exactly. You got the big old truck. So I'm okay with buying half a point to make it at 7. I'm personally not going to do that. I'm going to leave it at 7.5. I just think the Rams overall are going to put pressure on the quarterback sending 4. We'll see if what's his name from Denver gets to play this week. But
he's been terrible this season.
Yeah, and hurt, so he might.
But you don't know, like when you're on the opposite edge and you got what's his face, the tackle, the Aaron Donald in the middle. You might have.
You got to decide. You got to decide.
Exactly. So yeah, that's a good point. All right, so I actually labeled that game as red, so I'm gonna stay away from it. But if I did bet on it, I would take Tennessee, the underdog, 7.5. All right, last but not least.
I'm gonna be at the game, so I'm gonna put money on it.
Okay.
My parlay with the over/under. Haven't even paid attention to that over/under yet.
Have fun at that game. All right. Chicago at Pittsburgh, Monday Night Football. Banana, banana. Oh, wait, that's the Sports Center song. So I'm taking Pittsburgh at home, the favorite, -6. I didn't really have to think very hard about this one. I labeled it yellow, moderate confidence. What are you feeling like here?
This one's a weird one. What do you get from either team, right? Chicago's not a very good football team, but neither is Pittsburgh. I don't know which Pittsburgh team shows up. They are at home. That's the only reason why I took them with the 6.5. I expect them to fully beat Chicago, but I marked it as full-blown red because this is not going to be a pretty game. It's not a Monday Night Football game that anybody wants to watch. It's not going to be exciting. I expect Pittsburgh to run the ball the whole game, and Chicago might do the same with the quarterback. I mean, you don't know. So it's probably going to be a low scoring game. I'm going to take the under, and I don't know which. I think it was 42. I'm definitely going to go the under. Both teams haven't hit the over. I think 1-5. What is it? They've won 1 game on the over. Both teams have. So I'm going to go over with them combining.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad move. I'll look into that too later. But anyways, I think that wraps it up for our NFL picks. We're both taking Pittsburgh -6 in the Monday night game. I'm saying moderate. You're saying don't do it at all.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's NFL. I'm excited to see how we do this week. Should be a lot better. I would definitely sense this week is a little bit more predictable than last week. So,
yeah, I'd say so. Halloween, man, that'll jack people up.
Yeah, I
And
know. We went out to the club and it got crazy. And
yeah, it got
Kitty
weird and
bar at 3
broke.
in the
And
morning.
yeah. So
We
if
were
this line
rode
if this
birds,
line
bird scooters.
into nowhere, um, I would say if that Pittsburgh line goes down to like 3 or 4, though, I'm definitely going to go heavy on Pittsburgh.
Okay, fair enough. I'll watch that too. All right, so let's move on to NBA. I will post these picks that we made over this screen so you can see it if you're watching on YouTube.
You.
NBA. Can't say too much about the NBA still. We both have been making our daily picks on the Instagram. So if you're not following us already, follow it at Spread 'em with Caution. Yeah. So
Hit that link tree. OnlyFans.
Bam. Yeah, we don't got an OnlyFans yet.
Subscribe.
You guys ain't ready for my butthole.
Nah, not yet. You gotta shave
that thing. All right, I'll say this about basketball. Lakers, same thing I told you last week. It really hasn't failed. They're winning but not covering. Yeah. So if it's like last night, what was that? Houston?
There was the Houston's, yeah.
And the spread was what, 9?
10, I think I got in it at 10.5. I took Houston with the 10.5. They almost won the game. It got close, but I mean, I'm okay if Lakers want to continue to have these big spreads. I'm okay with them barely winning games.
So I don't know how long this is going to last, but it's been a pretty consistent story. So if it's a crappy team, big spread, take the underdog in that line. It's still hard to predict other games. I say I'm shooting 50-50. I'm looking at low unders because basketball is offensive as hell still.
So yeah, actually, now that you say that, so the unders, there have been more unders, I think, this year to begin a season than any years previous. And there's one thing that I totally forgot about. They changed the basketball. So if you change the basketball, it's not the same crib. You're talking about muscle memory. These dudes, they're all-time low in shooting right now. It's insane.
I mean, yeah, which I didn't even know about that, but that's good info. But I'm just talking about these unders these overs when I see the line at like 210, 211.
Yeah.
And
even then though, it's been kind of weird right now. I want to see them get used to the ball or get rid of it like they did in previous years and bring the old one back. I mean, we still got like I think it's 10 or 11 dudes shooting over 50% 2 weeks from 3-point land. Yeah.
2 weeks in. So, I mean, it's hit or miss with who's going to be good, but I guess it's taken a while to adjust for the majority. So just all I can say about NBA for now is follow us on picks if you want to. We'll gradually get better as the season goes on. I'm not betting heavy. Don't put a lot of money yet. Wait till we get in a rhythm. But yeah, I'm not losing money on basketball. That's for sure. So I know it's only going to get better from here.
Oh yeah. Once you start learning the teams, I mean, every season's different with these guys. Some teams are the exact same. They just start out slower or start out hotter. You just got to wait for that streak to kind of sizzle out. But yeah, I mean, I'll say next week, then I'll be all over the picks and going kind of heavier. But this week, this year, by the way, it's kind of weird. They got back-to-back games where they play in the same cities. Like,
yeah, what
Denver.
Is that to travel less for COVIDs or what?
It is. I don't know if it's necessarily COVIDs.
The Lakers played Houston twice, but there was a day of rest in between, but both in LA.
Yeah, like the Grizzlies played Memphis. Tonight they're playing Memphis again for the second straight time.
The Grizzlies are Memphis.
The Grizzlies, yeah.
You said the Grizzlies.
Oh, I said. I meant the Nuggets, the chicken nuggets.
That's gonna be it. I don't know who to take if the Grizzlies play Memphis though. That's a real tough bet.
Yeah, I just go tie game. You might win a lot of money. You go tie game. No, I mean you got to think. Okay, so game one is gonna go get. If you play a team back to back, just like baseball, you expect the opposite kind of results. So Denver lost 2 nights ago. I'm taking Denver tonight. Just because of that, you're already used to each other. They're obviously a better basketball team, but they're going to figure out how to beat them now.
I don't know that Denver's a better basketball team right now than Memphis.
The Joker, you can't mess with.
He's not hot. He's not hot right now,
That
And
ball.
Ja is.
Yeah, he is. He's playing all right, but he doesn't. How much help does he have? He's got a couple up and coming guys, but he's not. You can't really rely on a point guard to get you deep into the season, high seed. Just
Okay,
not the NBA
so
life.
Memphis is 4-3, and so are the Nuggets. You just
Yeah.
pull that up right now. So two teams to watch still. Miami. Whoo! Do they have like a bad part of their team?
Oh, that's one team. They're the whole starting five, or even some of the bench players. They're just overall really good. No one's great, but no one's bad.
They were winning so beautifully. I think it was yesterday. I was watching it that Udonis Haslam got in the game.
I didn't even know that. I stopped watching it. Oh,
Yeah, he
Udonis.
year on the same team.
They didn't pull him from the stands.
I
They had
thought
a
he was
jersey for him.
coaching. I thought he was one of their assistants.
I thought he just retired this last year, and they had some big thing for him, and then he was a player's
No,
coach.
look it up. It was Udonis. He got in there and got a board and dinked a couple mid-range jumpers off the front of the iron.
That doesn't make any sense. How does a man he last longer than Dwayne Wade?
Black don't crack, my brother.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Bulls, Knicks. Oh, I like Knicks. God, that Julius Randle.
I'm a Bulls.
Yeah. Oh, Bulls are nice. Headband Caruso.
Yeah. Just depends how they're playing though. Who's tonight? It's Charlotte and the Warriors. That's an interesting one. 226 and a half over under.
The
and the Warriors are
6-point favorite for the
favorites.
Warriors.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I didn't know which way to go on that one
I
because
stayed away. They both just shoot the ball, so whoever has a good shooting game. There's no other. They're both that dimension.
yeah, I don't know where to go with that one.
And then
that's one where you find out like next week after who's guys you want to go with.
So I'm just looking at it now. What I recommended today, I did hit the Celtics beating the Magic by 5.5. Which is good. It looks like my Clippers at Minnesota might hit the over at 2. I don't remember. It was 215. I think.
That sounds right.
They're on pace. And then I cannot remember the other. And then I took the Knicks -1 on the Pacers, and that did not hit. The Pacers beat them by.
Ooh, Vegas is going heavy on the Knicks too.
But the Knicks are good. The Knicks, that's like their second or third loss, dude. Like that, they're good.
And they don't rely on shooting that much compared to other teams.
So it looks like I'm gonna go 2 for 3, which is a great betting day. Like I don't care who you are, that's a great betting day. If you win more than 50% of your bets, you should be a happy camper.
Oh yeah, I took a lot of parlays, money line parlays in basketball, like 4, and then over unders. I got crazy and went with 3. And one is Denver and Memphis. Hopefully they get below. I think it's 215, but they haven't covered that in combined 10 games. So I'm hoping that this isn't the streak.
Well, I hope so. All right, last thing we're gonna hit MLB. You called something special, sir.
Yeah.
I asked you what was going to happen in this series, and you told me you might have been the only guy paying attention to this World Series in the earth.
Yeah.
They lost a hell of a lot of money just putting that on TV. Was it even on TV?
Oh, it was on TV. Just competed with football. That's a bad idea. You can't do that.
That regular season Jaguars is going to have more viewers than the World Series right now. Terrible marketing in the MLB still.
Yep. Games
are too long. Fix those things. Anyways, you called Atlanta in 6. You had a specific order that you didn't hit. But if you would have bet Atlanta in 6, you would have won a plus 800 amount when you said that. So that means you could have bet $10 and got 90 back, which you didn't do. So I wish you would have done that with your dogs and ended up with 18 dogs.
You know what? If I wasn't so thinking about other stuff, I would have totally done it. Because I was pretty confident in it. I was just more thinking if I parlayed every single game, what could I get? But I did hit game. Yeah, right. I did hit game 3, missed just game 4, and was it game 3? Yeah, 4, 5, 6. I hit game 6. So I say you got 2 for 4.
I think you got 3 and 4 backwards and hit 5 and 6.
Right.
Oh no, I think
no.
3 was on as we were recording. 4 and 5 backwards. They hit 6.
Yeah. So they're just backwards, which is fine. I'll take the split down the middle if I miss that, and then in 6, I should at most MLB playoffs they don't go to just 5, they go 6 or 7. So you just got to guess the team that's going to win, and then you pick 6 or 7. You just filter it down like that. So that's all I did. Atlanta was the hotter team. They probably weren't the better team. They were just hot at the right time. So
All right.
got to go with the hot end.
All right. You got anything else for these people?
Yeah. Why are you still watching?
Turn this shit off. Anyways, thanks for turning in to episode 2. We look forward to doing this again next week. We're not going to stop because we like doing this.
Yeah.
And
I don't care if they unsubscribe. We're just going to keep fucking pounding away.
Yeah. And the real reason, other than we like doing this, is because we had some other friends that did a podcast and we wanted to be better than them because we are better than them.
That's the only reason.
All right. Peace out. Remember, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We got Spotify. We on Amazon Music, YouTube, Apple Podcast. I don't even know how I figured out how to get us on all that shit. But if you got any of those things, get on there, subscribe, listen, follow, please. It will really, really help this thing go.
Check out our sponsors. No one. Yeah, no one. So just keep looking out for that one. And
okay, we'll have one. We have one coming next week.
All right.
All right, man.
Later. Cool. See you.